Hello and welcome everyone, Lionheart here, and today I have a first look at the Tomb Kings. I'll be taking a look at some of the campaign and battle mechanics and the various features that they have, showing you guys some gameplay too as I share my impressions of them so far. I'm only allowed to show you 10 minutes worth of gameplay today, but hopefully I'll be able to share more longer gameplay videos soon. I'll probably include some screenshots in the video as well so that I can talk for longer about the various features that we'll see in the gameplay I record. So I got to go hands-on with the Tomb Kings back in December last year at the Skaven Laboratory event that Creative Assembly had in London. Overall, though, I haven't had much time with the Tomb Kings. I've only just got access now to sort of briefly take a look at them and just help with my early impressions. But there's quite a lot of cool features that they have, so that's what I want to talk about today in this video. Before we dive into my first look and impressions and that gameplay of the Tomb Kings, just want to let you guys know that there are two links in the description. The first one is a link to a straw poll where you can vote for which Tomb King Legendary Lord I'll play as in my upcoming Tomb Kings Let's Play. Poll will run for about a week or so get voting now. The second link is to a QT where you guys can leave unit name suggestions for my upcoming Tomb Kings Let's Play. Be sure that when you do leave a unit name suggestion, you tag it to the specific unit type, i.e. melee infantry, missile infantry, monstrous units, and things like that. It just makes the whole process lots easier. I've been using QT for this process for quite a while now, and it's proved pretty popular and just makes the whole naming process much easier. And it means that I get more of your custom unit names in my campaigns much quicker. So yeah, if you've got an awesome name for a Tomb King unit, drop it in that QT. So obviously we're getting 4 legendary lords with the Tomb King DLC, which I'm really happy about. They each have their own faction and unique starting position, which we'll be taking a look at now. Okay, let's start things off with Cetra the Imperishable, who leads the Khemri faction. He starts off with 2 units of skeleton warriors, a unit of Tomb Guard with halberds, skeleton chariot, and a Khemrian war sphinx. The Khemri faction bonuses include plus 10 growth all provinces, plus 2 public order all provinces, and minus 1 turn construction time for province capital and settlement buildings. Cetra's own unique traits include the Great King of Nekahara, which gives him plus 100% leadership aura size, and casualty replenishment rate plus 10% for Tomb Guard and skeleton chariot units. Cetra's skill tree reveals he has 2 quests to follow, as well as 3 tiers of mounts from Skeletal Steed, Khemrian War Sphinx, and Chariot of the Gods, with notable skills including Tomb Strike, which gets upgraded to Desert Strike, and the Skull Storm, among with many others, including Reanimate and Resurrect. Next, we have Katep, who leads the Exiles of Nehek. He starts off with a unit of Nekahara warriors, 2 units of skeletal spearmen, Carrion, and Hero Titan. The faction effects for the Exiles of Nehek give them suitable climate in mountain regions, 2 canopic jars generated per turn, minus 40 diplomatic relations with Dark Elves because they start in the sort of northwest portion of the map, plus 5% campaign map movement range for all armies, and plus 10% casualty replenishment for all armies. Katep's own unique trait is the Grand Hierophant. He gets plus 2 hero capacity for Lich Priests and plus 3 hero recruit rank for Lich Priests. He has a single quest battle for the Lich Staff, and he also has 3 mounts available to him: Skeletal Steed, Skeleton Chariot, and Casket of Souls. He also has the Tomb Protector ability, which gives him plus 2 Tomb Guard capacity, as well as extra replenishment for them, along with a lot of other powerful magic and spells. Now we have High Queen Khalida, who rules the Court of Libaras. She starts off with a unit of skeletal spearmen, 2 units of skeleton archers, Necropolis Knights, and Sepulchral Stalkers. The faction bonuses for Libaras are suitable climate jungle, plus 20 diplomatic relations with Tomb Kings, and plus 20% ammunition all armies. Khalida's own unique trait is Beloved of Asaf, which enables poison attacks for her army, minus 50% casualties suffered from all attrition for her army, and plus 3 untainted in the local province. Onto the High Queen's skills, and she has a single quest for the Venom Staff and 2 mounts, a Skeleton Chariot and a Necro Serpent, which looks pretty darn cool. And a lot of her own unique abilities and skills specialise in buffing up missile units, her skeleton archer units within her army. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how those play. Finally, let's take a look at Archon the Black starting position. He starts with 2 units of Crypt Ghouls, a unit of Skeleton Spearmen, 2 Skeletal Archers, a unit of Fell Bats, and a Tomb Scorpion. Now some of you might be thinking, hang on, why does he have Vampire units to him? Well, one of the faction-specific bonuses for Archon the Black is that it enables recruitment of certain Vampire count units. He has minus 50% relations with Tomb Kings, plus 20 relations with Vampire counts, plus 10 Winds of Magic power reserve for all armies, and public order up to 20, or plus 20 public order, based on the percentage of vampire corruption present. His own unique trait is the Lich King, which gives him plus 5 melee attack and defense for embedded heroes within his army. Onto Archon's skills, we can see he has a single quest chain for the Tomb Blade of Archon, 2 mounts, a Skeletal Steed and Chariot, and where others had Tomb Strike followed up by Desert Strike, he has an upgraded version called Necro Strike, which gives plus 75% weapon damage for 27 seconds. I can definitely see him becoming an insane melee master. Now let's take a look at Dynasties, the Tomb King's research system for their various factions. So you have 6 different dynasties that you can research through, each of them taking 15 turns to start with, and you can do them in any order you choose. Each of them unlocks a proclamation, which gives you a nice buff for various elements of your faction and the game, and you also unlock a lord with various specific traits for different unit buffs or unit capacity increases and various other bonuses like that. So that way, if you do feel you need a lord for a specific type of army, you can research one of those dynasties to correspond with that. Obviously, each of those then spreads off into a multitude of other research and techs. The ones in the lower half just take time to research. The ones in the top half take a combination of either canopic jars or money to unlock. And then right at the end you also have heralds, which cost canopic jars, and they give you followers for your faction to embed into your lords to then apply to your armies, which give various effects for multiple units. Next we have the Tomb King's Rites, which feature 4 great incantations. First will give you a Casket of Souls, the second Necrotect, the third will summon a Sandstorm, and the fourth will give you more canopic jars generated per turn, extra growth, construction time reduction, and gives you the army ability Tomb Swarm. Probably my favourite feature and mechanic so far is the Mortuary Cult, which for me is essentially a Total War crafting system. Now you can craft various weapons, armour, enchanted items, talismans and arcane items using a combination of canopic jars and various trade resources, which you'll obviously need to conquer those resources and claim them first before you can enact the crafting sequence for those items, and you can get some pretty powerful ones down towards the bottom there, going through sort of common, rare, and sort of almost legendary items. There's also Legions of Legend, which I believe are even more powerful Regiment of Renown units, which once you've awakened them, you can go to one of your armies, hit the Regiments of Renown panel, and you'll be able to recruit them. So there's 4 of them in total, along with a whole set of regular sort of Regiments of Renown which unlock at various levels, but you'll have to awaken these Legions of Legend with various different combinations of gold, canopic jars and resources before you can then field them on the battlefield. Also worth noting that under the Legions of Legend panel, you also have a new dynasty, which for 10,000 gold and 800 canopic jars will allow you to field another army, and you can craft that, awaken it multiple times, because as you'll see, you're limited to just one active lord to start with in your campaign, and that ties into how units work for the Tomb Kings. They cost nothing to recruit and nothing to upkeep. However, as you'll see actually under some of these units here, there is a unit capacity for some of the vampire units here, and obviously some of the higher tier Tomb King units. Basically, the way to increase that is to build various buildings which will increase their capacity. For example, the open graves will give you +4 skeleton archer unit capacity. Going up to the crypt barracks will give you +2 capacity to Nekahara warriors. So you'll definitely need to be upgrading your settlements to field more of your elite units. Although those buildings, most of them cost you quite a lot. And the general layout of buildings for the Tomb Kings is that none of them really give you much income. And those that do give you very little. So you're going to probably need to grab a lot from sacking settlements and post-battle loot. Unlike the other races in Total War Warhammer 2, the Tomb Kings aren't interested in the Race for the Vortex. Therefore, their victory objectives focus on collecting 5 of the 9 Books of Nagash. In order to locate the Books of Nagash, you can use the panel up at the top here. You only need to collect 5 of them, but you can collect more if you wish. And on this screen, it will show you the location of the various books. From what I've seen from other articles and interviews, apparently the rewards are randomly generated each campaign that you have, and also they're attached to either specific settlements or to roaming armies, so I guess they might move around a little bit as well if that roaming army happens to move too. One final mechanic to mention is a battle mechanic for the Tomb Kings. Their Realm of Souls mechanic means that as Tomb King warriors die on the battlefield, their spirits enter the Realm of Souls. As the Realm of Souls fills past certain thresholds, the units that remain will regenerate for short periods. So you have Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. And at Tier 3 you also unlock the army ability Realm of Souls Ushauti, which you'll be able to summon a unit of them into the battlefield, and they are a very powerful unit. So there'll be lots of fun and carnage to be had. So as you can see from that footage there, Hero Titans are freaking awesome. Laser beams from their eyes. Can't go wrong with that. But yeah, the combination of mechanics for the Tomb Kings does make them really stand out so far from the few hours I've had a chance to play with them. But yeah, I'm really enjoying them. I'm really looking forward to doing a Let's Play with them in the next few weeks. So make sure you subscribe for that if you haven't done already. Do go and vote via the link in the description to the straw poll for which of the legendary lords that I've given you a brief introduction to today you'd like me to play as, and also that second link to the QT so you can start leaving unit name suggestions. Definitely looking forward to seeing what you guys are going to suggest name-wise for Hero Titans. But yeah, overall, I feel that the Mortuary Cult is definitely one of the standout features for me for the Tomb Kings. That crafting system, as I mentioned, I really think it's a solid addition. I would love for them to include more of that for other factions. I know obviously this is quite unique to the Tomb Kings, but I feel that that sort of crafting mechanic, these sort of extra roleplay elements that we're seeing sort of coming thick and fast with the evolution of the Total War Warhammer series, I'm just really hoping we'll see elements of that in future historical titles as well, because I think it lays a very good foundation for sort of deeper features going forward, hopefully. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to play as the Tomb Kings, definitely with the mechanics for how they raise their armies. Obviously, no initial cost for them or upkeep, but you are restricted to unit capacities unless you build more buildings, so you are definitely going to want to go out and conquer and build up. Earning money is going to be interesting. I imagine, you know, your primary source of revenue is going to be taking, occupying, sacking enemy settlements, completing missions and quests, as well as just post-battle loot. So probably worthwhile investing in any modifiers for your lords and heroes and what have you that increase post-battle loot, I would imagine, for the Tomb Kings. Also, something I didn't have time to sort of cover in the gameplay footage portion of this video was that canopic jars can be gained in a multitude of different ways. Most notably, when you conquer a settlement, when you choose to either occupy or raise it, you'll be given, I believe, 30 canopic jars. You also can level up specific skills for certain agents, which will increase the amount of canopic jars generated per turn. Plus, there's loads of canopic jars given as rewards for completing missions and quests. But yeah, overall, that's all I've got to say right now. Those are sort of my very much initial impressions and sort of first look at the content that we have for Tomb Kings. Hopefully I'll be able to share a more in-depth, longer video with you soon about the Tomb Kings, and if not, well, I hope you guys are looking forward to my upcoming Tomb Kings Let's Play. I certainly am. Make sure you vote. Until the next one, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Take pride and join the Legion. Check out my affiliates and sponsors, Games Planet, Overclockers UK, QT, and MSI. Until the next one, ciao for now.